really said you are being considered as among one of the family member. That's what she said.
Okay. I mean, I appreciate that. I've heard that before, but I was really shocked by what I've heard today, this morning. You know, like, are you happy now? Be happy. And I don't...
Who said that to you?
I've heard that from Clarissa and Yanessa.
Oh, she said that. Are you happy now?
Am I happy now? Yeah. Adora's gone. Are you happy? Be happy now.
Would you like to say something to them?
I've communicated this already to you. It's absolutely disgusting for you to sit there and blame me for anything that's happened. Every single time this happened in the past, I was the one who saved her. I was the one who dragged her out of the house when she swallowed all the pills and we had to take her to the hospital. That was me, while everyone else stood around and just watched. You were all spectators. You might as well have bought tickets to the show. Well, I saved her life, and now you're going to accuse me right now of all this being my fault. All I wanted in the end was the truth. I've done so much. I've been so patient with her, looking for the truth. I did not want to be on TV. I do not want to be here. I do not want to be here on TV. This is the last thing I wanted to do. But I had no choice. None of you would help me. No one else would help me. I had to come here. What else was I supposed to do to get the truth from Adora? She would constantly lie to me. I did not want this to be the end. I did not want it to end like this. Absolutely not. But I've been there every step of the way. I've been saving her life every time she's tried to do this. I'm not there now. You guys are there. I'm not there. You guys were unable to save her this time. I don't know what happened today, but for you to accuse me, you know, as I wake up in the morning, that this is all my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. I really appreciated the fact that you've taken me in as your family, but tragedy is certainly not a time to start pointing the fingers. I think they've said it. I think I've caught it in the translation. You know that this is something Adora chose to do, and there's really nothing. There's nothing that any of us could have done about it. We tried, and I saved her many times. But in the end, if she was intent on doing this, there was no stopping it. There was no stopping it. All I wanted to get out of this was the truth. That's the only reason why I'm here, because there are secrets here somewhere. There are secrets here, deep secrets, about where this money went, and all I want to do is figure out what those secrets are. And I hope you understand that. And for Patricia and Rekha and Adrian and Divine, I love you kids so much, and I'm so sorry that this had to happen. I am so sorry. We were set up perfectly for such a dream life when I arrived here in May that I have no idea what's happened over the last 6 months, because what should have been a dream has now become a nightmare. And there's no excuse for it. There's no excuse. I've done nothing but be generous. I've done nothing but love all of you guys, even the extended family. I've loved all of you guys, and I don't know what more you could have possibly wanted from me. And that's really about it. I have to say.
Thank you, sir.
This morning, we are busy about Adora's what happened. Now, RJ is texting Yanessa, my daughter. And then, Grace is in her side. So, Yanessa is no time to reply. And then, Grace opened the message and Grace sent the message to RJ, not my daughter. We don't talk about RJ everything about what happened, Adora. We don't talk anything. We don't text anything. Only the Grace, the friend of Adora, sent message to RJ. That is what happened this morning.
Okay, this is Teresa?
Yes, RJ. That is happened this morning. I only tell you. We don't blame you. We have no time to blame you, RJ. We are busy to what happened to Adora now.
Teresa, I appreciate that, but I did speak with Clarissa on the phone.
So don't worry about us. We are ready what happened. Don't worry. Don't worry, RJ. We are know what happened. We are know what on your side. We know. Now is Adora's gone. Finished. We don't open our heart what happened to her.
But I spoke to Clarissa on the phone, and not only did I speak with her directly, it was a very angry tone towards me, and not only that, but there was someone in the background who said, "Are you happy now?" And I don't know who that was, but Clarissa said, "Call back later. We're busy
but
now."
But I tell you, RJ, I tell you what is our family side. That is all.
Tinanong ko si RJ kung anong gusto niya mangyari na ngayon. May balak ko sana siya, despite dito sa nangyari, pupunta pa rin sa La Union para mag-extend ng condolences niya sa family at makita po yung mga bata kung mamarapatin nyo. Sabi ko, ako po, hindi practical yan. I told him, it's not practical. Going to La Union, extending your condolences to the family, you might get mad. Kasi nga, hindi ko masisisi, masama ang loob nila sa iyo kahit papaano. Ang tanong ko, ma'am, papayagan niyo po siya dyan para pumunta sa...
Mom has been on my side the whole time. The mom has seen exactly what her daughter has done. The mom actually warned me, a year or two ago, but the problem is her English wasn't sufficient for me to really understand what she meant. So that was kind of a struggle. We've talked about that a lot, and just trying to figure out what happened, how we could have done something different, and then the situation as it is today. So
we'll have the chance to talk to the mom. She's very willing to talk to us on air, but it'll be a phone patch. So let's see what she has to say. But the way she sounded to us, she is willing to help you.
I seem to have a lot of support within the family itself, but then as I was coming here, I tried to come here 2 weeks ago, and people in the family were going to take me. And then the first excuse was, oh, there's coding on Monday, so we can't go. So I was like, okay, we go Tuesday. Tuesday at 9 o'clock, maybe about 15 minutes before then, all of a sudden they said, oh, I don't want to go to Manila. It's not something I want to do. And we figured out that Adora had probably talked to the person who was going to drive me and just basically cut it off. So I had to find an alternate plan and basically take a bus here a couple of days later.
I saw a news video from another channel where a woman who was asking help from the authorities that she's been kidnapped when in fact she's not. It was like a kidnap me kind of thing. Was that Adora?
Are you talking about the one for Adora? Adora did that, definitely. We have the video clip for that if you need it. But
yeah, we need that. So what happened to that case, sir?
So they kidnapped her, and well, no one kidnapped her. She kidnapped herself. She ran away. She was supposed to go to the bank to get out money so that we could pay off the rest of the house that burned down, and then pay off another bill we had. But she didn't have any money in the bank. She'd already wasted it or spent it or gave it away, or we don't know where the money went. That's one of the big mysteries of this. She sent threatening messages to both of her eldest daughters and basically saying, tell the American to send me 5 million pesos, no cops, come to Santo Tomas. My brother was there. I brought my brother there because I didn't know who to trust at that point. We were really scared,
You didn't call the authorities?
We did.
You didn't call the cops?
We did eventually. We called, I talked to one of Adora's friends who worked in the municipality, and at that point I thought Adora was a victim. So I asked her friend, I said, hey, can you help us? They said, no cops. I'm afraid to go to the cops because maybe someone's watching the cops. Maybe the cops are in on it. I didn't know. I don't think they were, but at that point I was scared and I didn't know. But eventually, it all turned out to be just a big hoax by Adora. She ran away.
All for the money?
All for the money. She wanted 5 million more pesos from me, and because she spent all my money, and now she wanted more from me.
The police, especially the anti-kidnapping group, did not file a case against her for lying, for pretending that she'd been kidnapped when in fact she wasn't.
So I'm there with them, and they said there's nothing they can do if I don't press charges.
So you have to press charges so that the authorities can file a case against her.
Right, but at this time you have to realize I didn't know anything. I didn't know that the land was gone, never purchased. I didn't know that there was no money. I didn't know anything about what was going on. I was so confused. Like, why is Adora here? Why is she doing this?
So did she make money out of pretending that she'd been kidnapped by someone?
She did not get a ransom from me, if that's what you mean.
Where did she get the money to pay for supposedly ransom for her to get her free?
To get the ransom? Oh, the AKG took over the case.
So she didn't make any money out of that?
Right. The AKG took my phone, they pretended to be me, and then they did their, normal operation, and they closed the case. They captured her in Dagupan in a hotel, a nice hotel, and she was just hiding out there by herself. We had pictures of her because we asked for pictures because we weren't taking it seriously at first, not too seriously. And she tied herself up. Her, her legs, her hands, everything was tied up. And then that's when I got really scared. Her kids got scared. We thought it was real at that point. So, and that's when the local police forwarded it to the AKG, and they assembled a task force because there's no kidnappings in La Union. This was unprecedented. This is not where that happens. It usually happens in the South.
We have a question because his girlfriend, she hoaxed the authorities as well as the boyfriend, saying that she'd been kidnapped. So the AKJ went, supposed to be, to safe house, only to find out that she just hoaxed her kidnapping. But AKJ said there's no case here in the Philippines against hoaxing kidnapping. Is it true?
Well, did you shell out any money for that? Did you lose anything because of that? Well, it would seem that the police is right, because if it would have been different, because of the hoax, he gave money and that money was not able to recover anymore, he suffered some damage, the case could be staffa. But since no money was brought out, he did not suffer any financial damage or prejudice, I don't think there is a crime.
But they wanted me to file a case. The only problem was they didn't really explain the process. I didn't know, okay, I file a case, then what happens? Then
There's no pending case against your girlfriend because of that?
not for the AKG incident, no.
But I'm sure it cannot be a kidnapping case because the victim herself was not really deprived of her liberty. She just pretended that she was kidnapped. Now, if the intention was to get money from you, and I think that was really the intention, it's just that she did not succeed. But if in case she succeeded with her intention to get money from you, it would have been a staffa case because she misrepresented or pretended that she was suffering from some situation because of which you dole out some money.
How about filing a lying to the authorities, telling that she'd been kidnapped when in fact she wasn't, and then the authorities going to the safe house to rescue her supposedly, and there was really no kidnapping, so it's like a waste of the authorities' time. Can she not be liable for that?
Well, for lying or making false statements, for her to be liable, she must have executed a document that is under oath, then she could be held liable for perjury. Or if she executed some document saying he made some false statements there, that could be a case of falsification. But if she merely lied verbally, I don't think there's a crime.
Text messages. It's not sufficient?
Text messages stating to the authorities or to people that she's been kidnapped when in fact she wasn't kidnapped.
Again, as I've said, since you did not lose any money because of it, I don't think there's a crime. And for those text messages, since these text messages are not public documents or these are not documents that were sworn before a notary public, then again, there's no crime.
AKG really wanted me to press the case, though. They while I was there, they really wanted me to file charges against her.
Maybe just give me time. I will have my lawyer study the situation, and maybe we would be able to come up with the case against her. We will look into that.
This is just one of many, though. There's plenty of Estafa cases we already have against her. So,
where are all these Estafa cases? Are they pending in court already?
No, I haven't filed a case yet because I can't get anyone to help me.
Maybe we can help him, Rafi. I can give to you my number. After this, we can talk. Then you can go with me in the office and talk things out, and we'll be able to formulate something. I'm sure we'll be able to formulate something against her.
And we'll do that pro bono. He's not going to charge you for his professional fee. It's totally free.
Okay.
Okay, ang YouTube title po, Idol, siya ang reyna ng